When people hear self-love is not what it sounds like. That's another thing. We're deceived by words. Self-love is not totally about taking care of yourself. It's a template that you are using it. You use it as well to be the best person that the other person can have, because you know what a person will not want to be done to them. And that's how you're going to treat the other person as well. Sometimes when you appear that warm and nice and smiley and agreeable, remember that every time that you get into a place, you're creating an impression of yourself. So you can create an impression of yourself where if you're dealing with the wrong people, they will misinterpret that as, oh, this is someone that I can overlook at any time. But if you're dealing with people who are decent, then they want to be decent back with you, at you. So, but in a relationship where you are dealing with people all the time, being a person who wants to constantly be agreeable and nice and warm and smiling, what it produces is putting you in a position where you are overlooked. They don't have to reckon with you, and people don't do this deliberately. Like, for instance, if you and I, every time we had an agreement to have an appointment to go somewhere to do something, if every time we had an agreement, you either fell asleep or forgot or had something else to do, and then every time that happened, I forgave you because I wanted us to continue our friendship, what will eventually happen is that you will continue to treat me in that way. You will take me for granted. You might even care about me. You might appreciate me for being patient and tolerant and for being agreeable. But Nkechi down the road, who gets irritated at you the first time you do it, and the second time you're coming up with a plan to do something, she says, I'm not planning anything with you because you are not reliable. What happens is that every time that you have a plan with me and you have a plan with Nkechi, you are going to be careful. If somebody else is trying to create a plan with you, or if you're feeling sleepy, if something else comes up, once you are going to say to yourself, Nkechi is not going to tolerate this from me. So the person who is being nice and agreeable is the person that, instead of being loyal to me, you are going to not even reckon with me. In your mind, even if it comes up in your mind, you're going to say to yourself, oh, I can always talk to Uzo. Uzo will understand, right? So you are not doing this because you want to mistreat me, but it's a natural thing, isn't it? It's a natural thing that will happen. Subconsciously, I've already positioned myself like that in your subconscious. You didn't even put me there deliberately. It's just the natural occurrence of the energy dynamics and the way that our relationship dynamics, and the way that Nkechi goes about your relationship. She doesn't call you to start having a conversation with you over and over and telling you about how you disrespect her. What she does is that she recognizes what is happening here. Every time that I have a plan with this person, they're making me waste my time. They're making me cancel other engagements, and therefore I simply say to her, we're not doing this, and it's not even up for conversation. We don't talk about it. So you get the message directly. It's very different from the person who calls you and starts to talk to you about, you're not respecting me, you are disrespecting me, I demand that you treat me this way, that way. Because even if I say all those things to you and I still allow you, because I've said those things to you, I am now thinking that because I said those things to you, you're going to adapt, you're going to change your attitude, you're going to change your behavior. Because of that, I leave myself open. So next time that you come and we're planning something, I'm thinking in my mind, I hope that she won't do that again. Or let's say if she does that again. So this is how these things happen, right? So you have to understand that we were programmed to be nice, to be agreeable, to be polite, to get along, to not rock the boat. But those things are counterproductive in our relationships. And that's why you hear that. What I see is that we were programmed to self-abandon. In fact, the reason why people have relationship issues is because we were programmed to self-abandon. And it's our unconscious go-to. It's the way that we do things. We just self-abandon. And this is why you hear that if you don't love yourself, it is hard for someone else to actually love you. That is because it is hard for someone else to treat you in a way that you aren't already treating yourself. You have to. You are the one who will set the pace, and they're going to take the cue from you. They're going to take the cue from you. They're not going to do it subconsciously. They're not going to do it consciously. They're not going to do it deliberately. They are just going to understand. They will have the understanding that this is the way that this person flows. This is what works with this person. So we inadvertently destroy our relationships subconsciously because of the programming. Self-love is actually the template that you will use to treat another person. It is a template that will allow you to know how to treat another person and to be able to identify when the way another person is treating you is right. So if you don't have, sometimes I feel like I wish I could use another phrase instead of saying self-love. But let me just, because before today I didn't think of a phrase, let me go ahead and use the phrase self-love. So if you don't have self-love, and if the person that you're dealing with or the people that you're dealing with do not have self-love, you'll constantly be at loggerheads because nobody really understands where to draw the line, because they haven't practiced it for themselves.